Happy Tuesday, beautiful souls, wherever you are on this phenomenal planet. It is time for Shift Your Thinking Tuesdays, where we transform our inner experience to a phenomenal outer experience for 13 minutes of our time. We do it together. We connect, build, and share. Hello, hello, lovies. I'm feeling this track. I've been debating over the last couple weeks whether I should change it. But I like the way it makes me feel when I hear that track, because I know it's time to, it's time to get right. It's time to get right. 24K Levi's in the building. Shout out to my Instagram fam. If you're on Facebook, make sure you jump in the chat box, say hi, say hello, tag someone, share. Let them know what we're doing every week. Transform our inner experience. And this episode, okay, so you may have noticed I don't have my glasses on. So if you see me leaning in to read your comments, it's because I cannot see, y'all. I don't know, has anyone considered, I only know 2 people that have done laser surgery and they stand by it. They're like, the technology is great now, it works. So I'm debating whether I should go that route, because I buy like 5 pairs of glasses at a time and then I lose them. So Levi says, morning queen. Yes, peace king. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're back, by the way. Thank you. That makes me feel good. I did something right the first time. Who else is on? Sonia, hello. Welcome to Shift Your Thinking Tuesdays. Mark Spears is in the building. I see you. Thank you for joining. All right, you guys. So this episode is 64. And let me grab that. And I'm calling it, people be like, keep it real, keeping it real. I'm calling this keeping you real. Keeping you real. I'm already feeling like I'm gonna go in on this one. I can kind of feel it, especially because 18 years ago today, I became a mommy for the first time. Wow. 18 years ago today. And my daughter Leah turns 18 today. And once upon a time, you all remember what that was like. And we'll get more into that. Shout out, it's Louis Bruce. Hey, Las Vegas is in the building. Okay, so let me see, make sure I have it up. You know me, I want to make sure everything is good to go. Sound check. Okay, cool. Here we go. Keeping you real. I got it. All right, so we're continuing our series from Shift Your Thinking, Dean Del Sesto, 200 Ways to Improve Our Lives. I am getting caught up. I know I said I was going to start the book giveaway again. I will do that. Because we've got like almost 2 years. We're going to be doing this, at the rate that we're doing 1 section per week. We're on 64 and we've got 200 ways to go. It'll take us into 2020. So I trust I'll see you on the other side. That's going to be exciting. Hello, Florence. Good morning. Hello. Glad you're joining us. This section I'm in is called vulnerability. Vulnerability. And already we are talking about our ability to do something. Shift your thinking, and all my shows and my platform, my social media has really been about me being transparent, authentic, genuine to me. So I'm calling this keeping you real. Bump all that keeping it real. Let's keep it real. Keep you real. Okay. Self. Hold up the mirror and say, self, keep it real. Keep you real. So I'll begin. The author says, truth is the beginning of the end for all strongholds. Listen to that. Truth is the beginning for the end of all strongholds. As humans, one of the scariest things in life is to be fully honest with how we think, feel, and process life. I can build there, but let's go on, because right there, honesty in how you feel. And imagine when you're interacting with people on a day-to-day, they're sometimes not prepared for your bluntness. It's funny that we talk about putting filters on our pictures, but why do we put filters on our pictures? Because we're dealing with things that we're not yet comfortable with. I'll continue. He says, unfortunately, the misconception that others can't be trusted, listen, that others has nothing to do with you, can't be trusted with our vulnerability, has more to do with our own insecurities that it does distrust than it does distrust of others. He says it's with our own insecurities than it has to do with us not trusting someone else. Keep you real. Especially as I think about being in relationships. You know that saying when you meet someone and everything is kind of, you go through that honeymoon period, and then you realize, oh, that person changed. You changed. You're different. You change. You're different. Yes, however, were you being authentic with that person when you first met them? Were you consistently being yourself? Quirky, silly, goofy, maybe never serious? Or were you trying to uphold something for that moment, and then you can't hold that up anymore, and the real you shows up? Hello? The real you shows up. Oh my gosh, you guys, somebody's at my front door and he's like ringing the doorbell. Hey, shout out. Good morning, everyone. Landscape Larry says, good morning. Auntie V's in the building. Hello. All right, you guys, let me hold on because I'm the only one in the office. I'm the only one in the office right now. So I'm going to unplug my mic. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right. Did I lose you? Okay. The only reason I was comfortable with doing that real quick, the only reason, because I saw someone else do it on a YouTube show. I was like, yo, she just got up in the middle of her recording and she went to go deal with the internet technician. Florence says she's going through it right now. Yes. Thank you for that. Abba States is in the building. Abba States will be on our show tomorrow. And we're going to be talking about some interesting things with the online brokerage companies versus us, right? The client, the old school brick and mortar and all that good stuff. All right, so let me put us back up here. Keeping you real. I will continue. He says, as for the impact of keeping this stuff inside, it creates enough baggage to weigh heavy on the strongest of minds, if not completely incapacitate them. This is a great place for me to build, okay? Because here's what's crazy synchronistic about this. What's crazy synchronistic? You know what? I didn't put, we're not on episode 6. That's not right. What's crazy synchronistic about this is keeping you real. I tell you, when I don't have my glasses, we're in trouble. Crazy synchronistic as we're talking keeping you real and vulnerability. And today's my daughter's 18th birthday. It's October 2nd. And I love Leah. And she has been my master teacher in this life. And it has been a challenge growing with Leah. It has been a personal challenge for me because I'm reminded that I am not a possessor of people. I'm a conduit. So specifically because I'm a woman, I'm an internal organ, I'm a lot of internal, that I've been a conduit for my children. And this is why I feel like my heart expounds to a point because, you know, our journey has not been picture perfect. Our journey has not included prom. Our journey has not included graduation. Our journey has been tragic. Our journey has been painful. And those of you who know my story with my daughter oftentimes ask me, how is it that I function in life every day? Because I have a close knit of people. I have that hub of love that I talked about, that hub of love where you can have people love on you and support you. And I'm so thankful that I have that in my hub of love, where they have seen me go through in the last 3 years, really 6 years. This year will make it 6 years since my separation. And that was challenging for Leah. That's been challenging for Leah. And so as I reflect today, 18 years ago, and watch our journey, today's bittersweet for me. Because I would love to celebrate physically with Leah, in her presence, be in that same space. But that's not what is written for us. That's not what's been written for us. Our journey is a little bit different. You guys see my little guy all the time. But my princess, you have not seen in the limelight. And that's not to say that she does not exist. She is very much present in everything that I do, specifically my vlogs and my videos, because I imagine that she is watching me somewhere, wherever she is. That whenever she wants to hear my voice or she wants to see me, she can look me up and she can find me. I knew this would happen today, by the way, because it is her birthday. It's been very bittersweet. And today has also been a personal liberation for me because at last I've been saying to myself, she's 18 and everyone wants to be quick to grow up. I remember when I was like that. I remember when I was 16 and Leah is my 17 and pregnant story. You know, and I make sure that I did my absolute best. You know, I was a straight A student, graduated top of my class, and I had Leah on stage with me at 6 months. She was 6 months old when I graduated high school. And I make sure that she would never be an excuse for me not to finish school, that she would never be an excuse for me not to finish college, that she would never be an excuse for me not to succeed or accomplish my personal goals. I wanted to make sure that I would not be using her as an excuse, but get this, she was my reason for it all, and she's still my reason. Florence, I love you. She says, girl, love your authenticity. Similar experience. I love you. Thank you. Yes. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Because I know there are tons of things that we're experiencing in life and we think we're the only ones going through it and nobody would understand. Try me. Try me. So we'll continue. Last night I had kind of a quiet time and it was very solemn, and but today it's bittersweet and it's liberating. And happy birthday, Leah. Mommy loves you. Our family loves you. We'll continue. The author says, I can relate to this. As we're talking about keeping that stuff inside creates such a heavy baggage and a heavy weight for us to carry, to the point that it incapacitates us. My baggage actually has catapulted me, has driven me to convert and create all the things that you see. And so I'm doing the inner work, and I continue to do the inner work. He says, at a restaurant many years ago, I confessed to my wife, the author says, honey, I'm a poser. I've got so many facades and I can't keep them straight. Wow. Have any of you just kept it real? Have any of you just kept it real with your partner? Thank you, Larry. He says, happy birthday. Yes, we are celebrating. He says, I didn't maintain these facades for malicious or manipulative reasons. Right. We never are putting the mask and posing on purpose. Why? Because we're still working through our own insecurities. And who can we be? Who do we feel confident? It's not even we, it's us. This is the whole point. I'm on the World Wide Web being completely transparent with all of you. 64 weeks in, this has been me doing the inner work that, yes, I call myself super agent. That's fun. However, I'm having this human experience. I came here to feel it. I came here to experience it. He says, I kept the plastic alive because I felt inadequate comparing myself to anyone I thought was better than me. And keeping the veneer in place was more about survival than anything else. You hear that? Oftentimes it's just about us wanting to fit in. And I love that there's a quote that says, why fit in when you were created and made to be different? You were created and made to be different. I have to read my calendar quote for today. If you don't have these desk calendars, they're super cool. And it's a great way to keep your mind filled with positivity. So listen to this as we're talking about carrying our own baggage and being transparent and authentic with that. The quote says, most of the shadows of life are caused by standing in our own sunshine. Most of our shadows are caused by standing in our own sunshine. Be the light. You are the light. He says, after a long talk and a good steak, his wife recommended that he reach out and share with his trusted friends what was real for him in life. Your hub of love. Someone type hub of love. Hub of love. Let's do this. Do the work. Who is your hub of love? Is it one person? Just anyone? I'll be your hub of love. I will be your hub of love. I've connected with so many of you online. Really, I mean, a lot of you. Larry, Larry, I love you, brother. Thank you. As a matter of fact, he called me and he's in South Carolina. He said he sets his alarm for 8:10 every Tuesday to see me come on. Like, hello, compliment, receive a highest compliment. And this is why I shared this quote. I heard this on the radio, that one life impacts 80,000. You have no idea whose lives you are touching. I just come on and I do this. Why? Because I find joy in it. And you today, you've heard my background in it. There's always a greater reason, a greater purpose for it all. So I appreciate him connecting. We're now connected. He has my number. And when I travel out there, I told him I'd love to have lunch or breakfast when I get to go out to the Carolinas. I'm working on some projects out there. And that's what this is. Thank you. Hub of love. Hub of love. I'm serious, y'all. I wouldn't make it through without hub of love. Who can you be transparent with? Who can you keep you real with? Not keep it real. And we always trying to tell somebody about themselves. Who can you tell about yourself? Who can you tell about you? You always trying to talk to somebody. I'm going to keep it real with you. Let me tell you. Who can you tell about you? Thank you. Thank you. He said, much love. My kids just received your book and they're in it now. Awesome. I would love feedback. Send the feedback. Huh? We're going to wrap up in like 4 minutes. Cool. Okay, cool. Thanks. We're going to wrap up. I started late, you guys. Started late, but on time because there are more people that jumped on in today. So as we get ready to wrap this up, he says, one conversation after the next, I shared openly about my issues, fears, and thought life. Who can you be open with about you? Who can you keep you real with? Episode 64 is called Keeping You Real. Not keeping it real, keeping you real. Who can you keep you real with? Talk about the fears and the issues, and it has nothing to do with what they're going to do with that information and use it against you. That's not your responsibility. Frankly, it's not. It's not your responsibility what someone else does with that information. I love this episode. I love this episode. I love this episode. He says, I listened. I even cried at times. And in 6 short months, the need to be noticed, the need for attention, and the need for facades, the need for facades reduced themselves to near nothing. Florence, thank you, sweetheart. She says, I thought I had that person. It didn't backfire. Let me say this. This is a lesson. I love this. We are your hub of love. She said she thought she had that person and it backfired and she's back in her shell. No, it didn't backfire. It's revealing and healing. That thing we call discernment. Don't punish yourself for you being real with you. You keeping it real and authentic with self. Don't punish yourself for what someone else did. Let me say this. I've been through some challenges, tumultuous challenges, experienced abuse on all levels. And I refuse to block love in my life and allowing a man to be in my life and love me, support me, adore me, encourage me because of what some other man did to me. Why would I punish one other man for something that had nothing to do with him? So I guess what? The heart is the most resilient part of the body. It's the most strongest. And we talked about this on past episodes. It is 10 times stronger than the brain, which means people can feel you when you step into the room before you even open your mouth. So I'm loving on you right now. Do not block your own blessings. Do not allow someone else's trespasses upon you to stop you. This is a yummy episode. Woo. I love it. I love it. Hub of love. Make sure you type it, hub of love. I'll be your hub of love. You got my number. It's okay. It's revealing. It reveals more so of that other person, not of you. He says other people went from being threats to being friends seemingly overnight. It is our perception of that. Again, it's revealing. And in the process, they begin to open up to me about their issues. This is what's happening. I've opened up about mine, and you are opening up about yours, and we're keeping you real. We're not keeping it real. We're not talking about any externals right now. We are talking about the internal. This is the hardest work in life, is doing the inner work and reflecting in self. She says, I hear you. Thanks. Hub of love. Yes, darling. I didn't get to charge my phone last night, so my phone's about to go dead. So let's wrap it up so my Instagram fam doesn't lose me. All right, you guys. Keeping you real. Hub of love. Keeping you real. Make sure if you joined in, I want to thank you for those of you who are listening to the radio podcast. Thanks for listening to us on the replay. Make sure you drop comments, feedbacks, and let us know how we're doing. Thank you for growing our channel. For those of you who have not caught up with the episodes, check out the archives. They're available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor FM, Stitcher, Breaker. I mean, we're everywhere. Just type in the show, type in my name, and it'll pop up. We're in your fancy car too, so you can say play Ready, Set, Real Estate, or Lisa Puerto. Your car will find me. I think technology is awesome for that, because we can create this synergy and this hub of love with one another. So here he says, I heard statements after my sharing like, well, Dean, you think that's bad, or that's all you got? It opened up a world of truth. And through others sharing their stuff with me, he says, I discovered I had a knack for coaching and counseling. It's amazing what can come from sharing the fullness of our truths. Oh, man. Here we go, y'all. As we get ready to sign off. Thank you for building with me. I know I went a little bit over today, but I wanted to take this moment to wish LEAH a happy birthday, a happy 18th birthday. I continue to pray over you. I continue to love on you, and I want the absolute best for you. I encourage you and support you. We love you as a family. You are my master teacher in this lifetime. And I thank you for sharing your journey with me. All right, you guys. This week, who is in your hub of love? And who will you keep you real with? That's my time. Be sure to connect, build, and share at lasuperagent on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And we'll see you next week for episode 65. Love you.